Good news for Alex Albon. The Thai British driver has just extended his stay at Williams with his new contract coming into play at the end of this season. The 26-year-old will be hoping his new deal signifies a change in fortunes and that he can finally bag his maiden Formula One win. Today, we're discussing Alex Albon's new contract with British racing giant Williams. Stay with us. Let's jump straight in and discuss the ins and outs of his new deal. Late last week, it was announced that Alex Albon had signed a new long-term deal with Williams. The young driver will have only just signed with the team, but they must have been impressed with what they've seen from their George Russell replacement so far, as they were keen to tie him down to a lucrative long-term deal. Where he was a reserve driver, Albon has performed well so far in a Williams team who haven't been particularly competitive for some time. He has finished in the points twice so far, finishing 10th in Australia and 9th in Miami. And speaking recently, he said, "I am really excited to be staying with Williams Racing for 2023 and look forward to seeing what we can achieve as a team in the remainder of this season and next year," before going on to explain how exciting it is to be a part of the strong gains the team is making. And team principal Josh Capito had this to say regarding the team tying down their man. "Alex is a tremendous driver and valued member of Williams Racing, so we're thrilled to be able to confirm we will be working with him on a long-term basis." He then revealed how the youngster brings a great blend of skill and insightful learnings that will help bring the team greater success in the future, before describing him as a loyal team member. What do you make of Albon's new deal? So, why are Williams so keen to keep a hold of their man? Let's see. Williams team principal Josh Capito had high hopes for his man Albon when he first arrived at the beginning of the season, and his performances in the simulator had Capito rubbing his hands together in anticipation. Capito had noticed how motivated the young Albon was to make an impression, and decided he could use that energy going forward, and possibly even use the experience he gained during Max Verstappen's title-winning season last year to help Williams get back to where Capito believes they belong. And Albon is delivering on his potential and has been credited for his articulate feedback on the car's performance. As he pushes the car to see what it is capable of, engineers have been able to figure out where the problems with the car could lie and what they need to work on going forward. Albon's desire to push the car to its maximum and regularly outperform his teammate Nicholas Latifi means Capito had no problem sanctioning a new contract for the former Red Bull man. Apparently, he's one of the racing's good guys too. He is hugely likable around the garage and test track, and the team will no doubt be delighted that they were able to get him to put pen to paper, especially with reports of Alpine sniffing around. The long-term benefits of keeping a guy like Albon around vastly outweigh the drawbacks, and Capito will be hoping the future is bright for the team, with Albon hopefully helping them push their way up the grid. Who is your favorite driver right now? And what about the man himself? Stay tuned to hear about his reasonings for staying. Well, driving for Williams makes sense for both Albon and the British team, and it's safe to say he has gripped the opportunity with both hands. After putting in a string of positive performances, he has proven he is able to handle the pressure of life as a Formula One driver, and given the faith Williams have shown in him, he is probably at the perfect team to continue his development. He has shown he is capable of making the car go fast, and if he keeps on proving doubters wrong, then he will be in a good position at the end of his contract for a promotion to one of the bigger teams. At the moment, there is no need to make the move to a more competitive team, as he wouldn't be the main driver. At Williams, he can use the stature of the team these days to his advantage. Little is expected of him, nor Williams, so he can go about his business of gaining invaluable experience in relative peace. He can also point to the belief that Williams have in him as a reason why he should give them another couple of years at least. They have given him his big break, and he might feel as though he owes the British team something. Right now, though, Alex Albon is at the right team to aid his development, and if he carries on with his impressive form, the offers will surely come flooding in. What do you guys think? Next up, Albon has been discussing how F1's new rules could affect Williams. Stay with us. Alex Albon is upbeat in his views that the new rule changes for this season could be to the benefit of his Williams team. The British outfit has been languishing towards the back of the grid for far too long now, and Albon thinks that the new rule changes could bring new fortunes for the team. New rules have meant closer racing, and financial tweaks have meant that teams have the same budget caps at £140 million. And with all of this apparently leveling the playing field a little more, Albon has given his views on what this means, saying, "The way I see it now is that the rest of the season is a really good opportunity for teams to bounce back and make up ground quickly," before going on to say, "The way these cars are, it's so open. The concepts are so new. You can see a team like us. We've changed completely the philosophy of the car within 6 months." Albon also explained that in previous years, teams would almost dig themselves into a hole as you exploited every single part of the car you could over 5 years of never changing anything. He also claimed that with such big changes taking place, teams like Williams can catch up very quickly. He then went on to say the team knows where they're struggling, before revealing revealing that they have a clear direction of what way they want to head in. What do you make of Albon's words? Albon has revealed how he is learning to be more selfish now. Stick around. Albon is widely regarded as one of the nicest guys in the sport, so being selfish on the track doesn't exactly come naturally to the young Thai British driver, and it is this aspect of his personality which critics have suggested could hinder his progression in a cutthroat sport such as F1. Head of Red Bull's driver development program, Helmut Marko, famously said Albon is too nice to succeed in the sport, to which Albon himself responded, "I am who I am. I can understand what he means by it, I think." However, he went on to concede how he probably got fast-tracked and didn't have a good enough support structure around him to lean on. He then revealed how in the early days of his fledgling F1 career, there was only himself, his trainer, and his family, before going on to say how everything's so glamorous, suggesting it would have been easy to get caught up in his own hype. He also insinuated that it's easy to become a yes man, before saying, "You want to do the right thing, be keen." I guess that it taught me was more to be selfish in that sense, and that selfish streak is now beginning to bear fruit, as he has just signed that bumper new deal we discussed and is beginning to threaten the points positions more regularly. What do you make of Albon's comments? Let us know below. And finally, Albon recently took part in a Reddit Q&A, and it was hilarious. Albon recently took to the F1 subreddit to take part in an AMA, or Ask Me Anything, and some questions and his answers ranged from the sublime to the ridiculous. When asked what his favorite picture of George Russell was, random, we know, he replied by saying, "Obviously no shirtless picture of George is good." I was pretty surprised with his last photo. He somehow managed to make it look like he needed to undo his buttons playing croquet. Who knew croquet was so physical? He was then asked if he would rather fight a horse-sized Lando, or Norris, or 100 duck-sized Georges, to which he responded perfectly saying, "One horse-sized Lando is interesting, because you don't say what breed of horse. Lando is the same size as a Shetland pony, so let's say I would rather fight a horse-sized Lando, and basically fight him as his regular self." Brilliant. As usual, thanks for dropping by today, and remember to tune in again next time when we will be discussing all sorts of other cool bits and pieces. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Bye guys.